get ready for some more flying around the USA with me, this time on United. In the last video, I came down on Delta from Montreal to Mobile via Atlanta, and now I'm headed onward to Phoenix via Houston. A very typical domestic US run, in other words, and we're on the ERJ plus the 737, so I think this is a good sampling to see just how it is flying United in first class these days. Will they beat my Delta flights from last week? Let's see. After a lovely but too short stay in Mobile, Alabama, visiting with Airbus, check out my shirt. That's the Mobile skyline through the front of an Airbus. How cool is that? Anyway, amazing visit. Just checked out of the big old Marriott here. It's a nice hotel, but I wouldn't recommend staying here because it's way out of the town. So you have to take an Uber in if you want to visit the pretty charming little downtown. So next time I come, hopefully there's a next time before too long, I'm going to stay downtown. And also I kind of want to come back for Mardi Gras. They say that Mardi Gras actually started here. New Orleans takes the credit, but in the US, Mardi Gras, this is where it originated. And here it's a much more mellow, family-friendly thing, whereas New Orleans, all the tourists come and it's crazy. So, today, moving on from Alabama, from actually really surprisingly nice visit to Alabama, I am headed to Phoenix, Arizona for something totally different, and I'm flying United. So today we're going to take the ERJ 145. It looks like it's an XR, which I didn't know existed before, but it has winglets, retrofitted later on, and then a 737-900 ER over to Phoenix. Continuing my trend of taking sort of more vintage aircraft around the US. I think none of these aircraft are any newer than 18 years or so. But anyway, it's all part of the fun. Let's head over to Arizona via Houston. All right, very easy airport to get through, as you would expect. Small 7-gate airport. I heard that they're actually going to move the bulk of airport operations, if not all, down to the airport that's right next to the Airbus facility, which is closer to downtown. Everyone complains about this one because it's only about 20 minutes away, but it's kind of far down this road with a lot of lights, so you can get stuck in a bunch of red lights. Every single Uber driver I've ridden with this last couple days has mentioned that. But anyway, you know, older airport, nothing to speak of, but easy enough. They have the new scanners at security, and I showed up 50 minutes before departure, 54 minutes maybe, and checked my bag just for ease. I don't want to have to drag it around while filming, and got through security in about another 5 minutes. So, not much to speak of here. It's, wonder if there's a Starbucks or something down here. That'd be nice. I'm in the back row on this Embraer. My rightful place, next to that screaming engine. Let's see how that goes. It's a first class ticket, but there's no first on the 145, so might as well just go right down the back. This flight was a nice ride, easy, comfy, and with a nice tour of this stretch of the US Gulf Coast, an area that I would actually like to explore more on the ground. Prior to my Mobile visit, I'd only ever been to New Orleans, and that's it. There's a lot of history and also mystery to this part of America, and I'm really into it. This here happens to be the last Hemispheres magazine United will ever produce in print. They're going online only like so many others, and I hate to see it. Fun fact, I once won second prize in a photo contest in this magazine back when I was 18. I won a week-long sailing trip off the coast of Maine on a schooner. It was pretty amazing. I wish I could find the photo, but I have no idea where that is, sadly.
Now use your phones and other small devices. Don't forget to check your seatbelt pockets. Make sure you don't want to if you check your cane.
Pretty nice flight across the southern Gulf Coast, the deep south below us, Mississippi, and then Louisiana. And then we were out over the Gulf and then coming in over the Houston area. It's actually my first time ever being anywhere near Houston or connecting at Houston George Bush Intercontinental, which is a funny thing. Been through Dallas so many times as a long-time American Airlines loyalist. Nowadays, free agent, flying whatever suits me, and prioritizing variety, of course. Seems a lot like Dallas, mega airport in Texas. Anyway, over to the 737 now for the next flight to Phoenix. I do technically have lounge access because I'm Star Gold with Turkish now after SAS left. But I don't know if I even have time or inclination to go into a United club, which is usually pretty boring anyway. So, train to the terminals now. I better catch this. And here we are on the United 737 in first class. This cabin is looking very dated indeed. Check out the credit card swiping thing here, good lord. There's not a huge amount of room, but it's quite alright and pretty standard for US domestic. The good thing about these wrinkly old seats is they tend to be pretty soft, so I'll gladly take them even if they don't look so fancy. And things are looking pretty clean as well, so that's a plus because that's definitely not a given these days.
Go flying once we're airborne, 2 hours and 18 minutes to get you over Phoenix. Once we get to our cruising altitude, we'll try to find a good drive before you get that seatbelt sign turned off. However, in the meantime, while that sign is on, I would kindly ask that you do yourself set. Get a great cabin crew on board this episode. We're going to take great care of you. We're going to have a quick safety demonstration coming up during the taxi out, so we'll ask you to give them a moment of your time during that.
I try not to drink too much on flights lately because I find it leaves me feeling way worse after arrival and it's just not worth it. But I love how there's always a tasty IPA on offer on most US flights. This one is also really good. The entertainment selection is Court TV, I guess that's what this is, which has a certain old Americana charm, I guess, but I'm not exactly going to watch that. And I got the special Houston chili chicken, which looks like a suitable Tex-Mex style calorie bomb, also kind of perfect for flying in the US. And after just a little while of relaxed cruising, it's time to descend into quite a choppy Phoenix.
Gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix. For the local time, it's 2:53. Please stay comfortably seated. After the seatbelt sign is turned off, you may continue to use and charge your phones and tablets, but if you are sitting in our exit row, please not replug your devices into the outlet. Please don't forget to check your seatback pocket and your reminder. Please make sure you have all of your personal belongings, and be careful when opening the overhead bin. It helps keep the aircraft cool for yourself and your plane.
Well, that was a great little trip with United on the ERJ and the 737. Fairly standard domestic flying, but it's a real vibe. It's a real feeling flying domestic in the US. It's special. There's nothing quite like it. It's not the most high-end service. Often you have older planes, not always, but you know, there's a lot of older planes flying around here, which many of us see as a positive in some ways. Obviously the technology on this plane was nothing. There's a little screen playing TV, but I didn't even bother. You know, compared to some of the newer systems where you can pair your headphones with Bluetooth and you have maps on the screen and all kinds of fun stuff. It's retro, but I love it. It really brings me back. It's something I associate with when I was younger, starting out doing crazy mega flying, and it's still kind of like that. Airports are getting nicer in the US. People are generally friendly. I haven't run into really bad service. Like in a few years back, United service was not good, and it seems better now. Delta too. It's not Singapore Airlines, again. Few airlines are, but everybody's warm. They'll get you what you need. It's just nice. So, yeah. It's funny how Delta and United, aside from how old the 737s look inside, Delta's done a better job of retrofitting the planes. They feel pretty interchangeable to me right now. I wonder, it's too bad I'm not flying American on this one, because I've heard so many bad things. And it just didn't line up with my plans this time. Schedules didn't work, but I do want to see if they're markedly worse. Seems like in general flying in the US is pretty damn nice. So thanks for coming along. Next up is going to be Frontier's A320neo. That should be very interesting, for me anyway, flying up to Portland in a couple days. For now, I'm going to spend the weekend in Phoenix. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Gabe Lee.